everyone. Welcome to the Friday Frothy episode number... What episode are we?
39 or 40?
39. One of the two. This is the Friday Frothy. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Friday Frothy. How are you, Glenno?
Good, mate. We can correct on that. It's episode 39.
Well, we've got it in front of us. It is episode 39 and one away from the big 40, the big 40. Thank you, everyone, for joining in, and I hope you've had a great week. We're here tonight to talk about some sport that's happened during the week, and there's been a lot going on, my mate.
There has. There's been lots of things going on around the world. We've had cricket, the ODI 50s.
Washouts
We've
again.
had basketball finals.
Yes.
We've had some fun going on at the football. We watched the game the other night. Richmond and
not happy.
Half a side. Richmond versus the Crows.
Not happy, Glenn.
Not happy. So we've got looks like out with it's going to be good.
It's going to be a big out with it tonight. And guys, if you're new to our show, basically my name's Jeff. This is Glenn, and we talk about sports, not just a sport, but all sports. And we have a segment called Out With It. And Out With It, Glenn, is anything that gets on our goat during the week in the way of sports. And it's been a big week for problems in sports. So we'll cover that in a minute. I just wanted to say, Glennie, we're now up to 92 subscribers. So we're 12 away from 100.
We're getting there.
Is that right?
Yeah. What did you say?
92, 12 away from 100.
Well, geez, your mess is great. I might have another frothy.
I think that might be the case. So, before we get started, talking about frothies, we have a sponsor on the show, Glenn.
We have.
And his name is Corey from Corey's Garden and Landscaping. And Corey sponsors the show beers. And Corey's in the audience again tonight. Thank you, Corey.
Thanks, Corey.
And Carl.
And Carl.
From Jakubowski Homes.
Absolutely. The boys are back in the
back in the den. Back in the den. So yes, we're
pleased that you've come in, and
we're 8 subscribers away from making 100. So once we get to 100, we actually have a proper YouTube Friday Frothy name for our show. So guys, get on board if you like what we're doing.
Might as well break.
Go for
let's
it.
Break something. Look, next week.
Yes.
We going to get one of my good mates on.
Yes.
And I've been meaning to get him on for just a little while now.
8 months.
8 months. It's probably we don't like to do things too quickly.
We've heard about this for every episode.
No, we're going to get a guy who's just a few years older than me.
Jeez,
he was a great footballer back in the
I believe so.
late 80s, and that Tony Martin from the Sandy Bay Football Club, and he played with Melbourne, and he played with Port Adelaide when that was before Port came in. Very strong side.
Well, Glenn,
we look forward to.
I also believe I've done a little bit of research as well, and I also believe he's in the Tasmanian Hall of Fame.
He's a Hall of Famer. He is, and we can talk about it now, but we will talk about it on the night. But he also was in Sandy Bay's all-time top 25. Who was extremely strong.
So that's next week, guys.
We're looking forward to seeing Tony, and I've spoken to him, and he's living in Geelong these days. So I'm rapt to have him on the show.
I'm actually looking forward to talking to someone who played football a while ago at the top level to talk to them about what they think the game's
this is
now where we're at. Because
that's right.
I put a Facebook page up. Post up on the page, a couple of days ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds like a limerick.
Yeah, it does.
A limerick.
And there was a lot of upset people out there talking about that they can't watch the game anymore because of what's happened. So, but anyway, let's get into that, and let's go to Out With It, because I think it's time to have a bit of a rant.
Well, let's have a rant.
Let's go to Out With It, Al. Out With It! So, Glenn.
What have we got, Jeff, on Out With It this week, mate?
They keep evicting people from football games.
Boo!
Well, no, it's not so much for booing. They're actually calling the umpire names, and I'm
like. Are we allowed to say what?
Of course we can.
Let's say maggot.
A green maggot.
I think
because they wear a green
Did I get done for that a couple of years ago up at... I reckon I've mentioned that one myself when Hawthorn played St Kilda up there.
You say it all the time. Now, there was a guy who got kicked out from last week's Richmond game. He said a bald-headed flog.
Well, I've been called... Well...
And the umpire's gone, whoa, 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 what did you just say? And because they were walking off the race.
Was he bald?
Yeah, it was Ray Chamberlain, I think.
Was it Ray? Oh, Ray Chamberlain.
He didn't take it real well, did he? He didn't take it well. Didn't like it. So he's grabbed security and he said, he's just called me a bald-headed flog.
Well, he could have...
Gone.
He might have to go and ring up Warney and that and Gooch and that and see if he can get a bit of hair transfusion or something. You know. Then he won't be a bald-headed. Won't be a bald-headed flog then, will he?
So the guy who was escorted out the week before, the Richmond fan, he got 3 games suspended. All right,
for the green maggot.
Yeah, the green maggot. Green maggot. Which
so out of how many people would be at like 50,000, 60,000 people? You got a few people that, let's face it, we used to enjoy arguing with the umpires. I argued with an umpire when I was playing football.
That's what it's about.
I remember one game here at New Norfolk. I got it was only one umpire back in those days, mate. I think I got 3. They were 15-metre penalties, not 50,
hello, Brooke.
But geez, fair dinkum. And as I said to you the other week, they're thinking about another umpire, 4 umpires.
Well, I can't get it right now.
Well, this is what I'm
They
saying.
must put 15 on there.
Well, there'd be 4 bald-headed maggots then, and not 3, would there? I mean, seriously.
Don't go to the football with Glenn because you'll get kicked out. You won't see the full game. I'll tell you right now.
Not gonna last.
You won't see it.
Right.
Now, it's gone to the point now where Joffa, your mate,
yes,
any Collingwood supporters in here? There's not, is there? No.
Apparently, very astute man. Apparently,
Very much so. Well,
is.
Joffa's calling a protest. He's going to try and
just don't go.
Well, he's going to try and get the Collingwood supporters, cheer squad, not to turn up to games until this is fixed.
Until they fix it.
It's just madness, mate. It is
madness. With the rules as well, I mean, I've got to mention this. So this is, we're still talking about what you're saying there without with it. But another thing that, if you're asking me, Jeremy Howe, the boy from Dodgers Ferry, Collingwood halfback, fullback, wherever he plays on the back line, took an absolute screamer. Put the stops there, which is nothing unusual. Probably been the last 120 odd years, every footballer that could take a mark has put their leg up. And the umpire took it off him. Said, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, I mean, where's the game going to? And you're talking of guys like Malcolm Blight and all these guys that could take the big marks.
Wow.
And they turned around and actually got into a bit of trouble, old Blight. He said with Toby Green, he said, I was only joking, but he said, geez, Toby, he said, probably people wish he wasn't born. Did you hear that?
No.
He said, yeah, people wish he wasn't born because then that rule wouldn't have come in. You know, when he got when he put the he was mucking around, but
I know, but still, you can't say that.
But because you can't say that, but you used to be able to say it.
No, you can't.
I mean,
and this is what I'm saying about with Tony Martin next week, Hall of Fame in Tasmania, played for Melbourne, played for Port Adelaide. Yeah. It'd be nice to get his thoughts on this.
Well, I remember playing with Tony, and when we get him on. You wait and see what he used to say. When we were playing on the ground,
we wouldn't be able to say it.
It didn't matter. No, what we used to say to one another and about mothers and everything else. Everything was fair game.
Why don't we ask someone like David Rees-Jones?
Chew on your boot.
Absolutely.
Oh, well,
absolutely. Yes. I mean, the Burtons, the Rees-Jones, Mad Dog. What's his name? Mad Dog.
That's number one. That's number one for out. That's number one for out with it. Here's number 2, and there's 2 teams at the moment who are out with their coaches have either been sacked or they've both been sacked. They've both
probably
been
one
sacked.
on the way.
Why is it that football teams, and I know this is AFL, but why is it that football teams stand up and win after their coaches have been sacked?
Well, it just shows
they're happy.
Well, you might be right now.
What it is, the only thing I can ever put it down to is like, because when you listen to them, they say, oh well, the shackles. Now this is where this is the out with it, Jeff. This is what it really means. The shackles are off. How many times have you heard that? Oh, the shackles are off. In other words, the structure, all this structure bit. Football isn't that complicated. It's not a hard game. They've got that many rules now, and I remember Sam Newman when he was on doing the shows and that, and he said, for God's sake, just get the ball, see ball, get ball. and
Dig it.
stop mucking around with the rules, which they
Dig
do
it.
all the time. And it's uncomplicated, mate. You've got a forward 6'6". By the time they actually get it there, they go sideways.
I know.
Sideways, sorry.
Yeah. Well, they've got
handball backwards, back, handball.
They've got
You know,
nowhere to go because
well,
there's no one up the ground because all the flooding that's happening in the middle of the ground.
You know why Geelong are dominating at the moment?
Because they're the best team in the competition.
Yeah, but they don't. They have got the skills at the moment to actually implicate what they're meant to be doing. The other sides haven't, and that's what the problem is. And so at the moment, they will win the grand final.
Anyway,
At the moment.
So there you go. There, yeah. Well, by the looks of it, it'll be the Pies and Geelong, won't it?
There.
That's how it's looking. Unless North Melbourne keeps this winning streak going, and
Well,
you laughing up there?
Settle down.
Come on, you Bomber supporters.
The Blues are back.
Hello, Ange. Yeah, the Blues are back.
actually, Corey could be right.
Why no? The
I've
third,
got a little thing on. We're going to talk about it later.
the third
Sorry.
thing for out with it, Glenn,
Carlton,
is
about Carlton.
did you guys see on the news? I think it was Thursday. The USA team in the World Cup for the soccer, they beat Thailand
The women.
13-2.
It was the women's soccer.
And
they were doing a little bit of show
every time they kicked a goal, they made a big deal and they were yay. And people got on the bandwagon and said, "Oh, you shouldn't do that
What? Why shouldn't you?
because it was hurting.
Well, normally they.
Glen's speechless. It doesn't happen very often.
It was hurting the feelings of the Thailand girls because they got flogged
That is
13-2. So every time they got a goal, the USA girls would go and slide on their knees and doing that,
doing
you know,
little- this sort of thing, yeah.
And they've been mocked for doing it. And I think this is the cream of the crop. This is the World Cup. And
Well, how much? Well, I'm
you
sorry.
celebrate
I know.
every goal. I mean,
In soccer, I mean, let's face it, they do. They like to celebrate, don't they? And there's a little bit of carrot. I think there's a little bit of a frothy there.
yeah, that's a froth. Yes.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah, well,
but I mean, look, for God's sake, just enjoy the game. You should be able to do what you want to do. And
USA stick it up 'em. That's what I reckon.
I mean,
Stick it.
Well, no, every goal.
in life today, you can't do anything.
Well, this is where we're heading, and this is what I'm saying
God's
about being
sake.
soft in society and not being able to call an umpire a maggot or a bald-headed flog. You're going to get kicked out of the game. Now you can't play at the elite level of the World Cup and get excited because you've kicked a goal because you don't want to upset the other team. Where are we at?
Soon they, when they kick a goal in football and they go like this, soon they'll be saying you've given the bird. To
We
the,
can't do that.
You know
people
what's
over the
happening? You
Can't
know
do
what'll
that.
happen? When they do the Norm Smith at the end, everyone will get one.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Because they won't
True.
be able to upset anyone.
Exactly
because
right.
you missed
Exactly
out.
right.
Everyone gets a Brownlow too.
The
Actually,
Brownlow.
I mean, if I wanted to be politically correct, I was watching Marngrook the other couple of nights ago, Marngrook footy show, and they were bagging. Yeah, I mean, I know you sitting there with a t-shirt on, and they said, "Oh no, North Melbourne are playing GWS on Sunday, isn't it?" And they said, "Oh, we won't go down there." I thought, well, I was listening to it, and they said, "Won't go down there. It's too cold. Too cold to go down there." They're talking. This is from Melbourne.
It's colder in Melbourne than it is here.
Well, that's it. And I thought,
Sorry.
but if
Don't
you wanted
say
to
that, they'll
be,
get upset.
if you wanted to be, that's what I'm saying. If you want to be politically correct, you'd say that. When's it going to stop? That's all I'm saying. Anyway.
Well.
Anyway,
But USA girls, you keep celebrating,
Yeah.
and you
Kick a goal,
you
good
are
on
at
you.
the cream of your crop, and you are, you can't stop being happy because you've won a game and you flogged the opposition because you might upset them.
Can you say that anymore?
What?
Cream of the crop.
Well, if you're cooking soup, you can, I suppose. But I don't know. Cream. Oh, that's cream.
Anyway.
corn of cream or something. Oh,
Anyway,
whatever.
that's it.
There's out with it.
That's
Out.
out with
That
it.
was out with
That's
it.
out with
I've
it.
blown a fuse already.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
there we
Yeah. Out with it. Right. Now,
Right, we're
Glenn,
back, mate.
just wanted to let people know that I think it's next week, race number 2 of Formula 3, Alex Peroni. Obviously,
Oh, is he?
He's been on the show. We're
big
following.
fella?
We're following his
Okay.
progress, and
Where is he, mate?
he's in France.
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 It's on the 22nd and 23rd of June, which should be next weekend. Would that be right?
So he's not playing on the clay.
Yeah, it is.
Ah, no, he's on a track. Oh, God's sake.
And he's hoping for rain. Actually, I had a very good talk with Alex a couple of weeks ago and asked him about the cars, and he said, yeah, they're all so close together. And I said, what is it like in the rain? And he said, I love it when it's raining. He said he doesn't like the circuit because there's a lot of runoffs, and it's if you make a mistake, you just go off onto bitumen. Where on other tracks, if you make a mistake, you go into the wall. And he likes those tracks where you make a mistake, you're into the wall. And he loves tracks. He loves it when it rains and stuff like that. So
he's from Tassie. I mean,
he's a star, mate.
For all you Victorians over there, it's freezing down here. It's cold.
So cold. So cold.
We're half a degree less than what you are.
Remind me when we get to AFL to talk about the game North Melbourne GWS, because the AFL committee has got it in for Tasmania, and actually I'm going to go there right now.
Is this another out with it?
No, it is actually. The AFL have got it in.
Just a beef.
I'm sorry, I'm in a bad mood tonight.
Should we do another intro for out with it?
No, you don't need to put it on again. Just bear with me, folks, because I'm angry tonight. And I'm sorry. I apologise, and you want to call me a white-haired maggot? I don't care. But the AFL, if you're not aware, ladies and gentlemen out there in Australia or the world or the universe, Tasmania is wanting to get a team in Tasmania for AFL, right?
Absolutely.
Because we're an AFL state, yeah. All right, we breed, and we've bred some amazing football players.
We have, and we're going to see one on Thursday.
Exactly right.
Friday night, sorry.
But in AFL has given us a draw down here with North Melbourne. We get 4 games a year with North Melbourne, and 3 of those games, I believe, are 3:20 on a Sunday afternoon. All right. They can't give away tickets to the game because it's dark at 3:20.
By the way,
it's
free ferry from the casino.
I know.
They're trying to promote it.
People from Launceston aren't going to travel down at 3:20 in the afternoon for a game and then drive back 3 hours in the dark. And so the AFL knows this. And basically, guys, I hope someone sees this and watches it, because you are screwing Tasmania. This has been done deliberately.
Yep.
So when Tasmania goes back to the AFL and said, well, we want a team, the AFL turns around and said, well, we can't field a crowd. You only had a couple of thousand people.
You know how many games Hawthorn will get up there of a Sunday afternoon. We
went
to the Saturday one, didn't we? That was the only one, because the other two or 3 are probably, as you said, 3:20, 3 o'clock.
So the AFL, don't think that we don't know what you're doing. You're on notice.
Yes.
Glenn's coming over and he's going to have a meeting with you guys and get this sorted out.
Absolutely.
Because it is wrong. It is wrong.
Gil?
Wrong.
Is it Gil?
Jill. It's Jill. Jill McLaughlin. Anyway, I'm done with it. You have a talk because I'm very angry.
All right, mate. Look, we're just gonna lighten the mood a little bit. We've been a little bit angry tonight, but we're just going to go straight in about.
You're on notice, Gil. Sorry.
We're going on about basketball at the moment because we've been following the basketball.
We have.
And the Raptors, the Canadian team, Toronto.
Yeah.
They've actually won, mate. They've won it. They won the whole thing.
It's done.
The big gabushka.
The dance.
So they beat Golden State in Game 6, 114-110, without their, which was played at Oakland's Oracle Arena.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. Someone's just said that Corey is a bald-headed flog on the post. And I thought that was quite funny. So
well, we're all going that way.
Sorry, continue on.
But at any rate, so
a bit of humour tonight's a good thing.
The Golden State, mate, went into this game without the great Kevin Durant, and he's obviously arguably one of the best players in the.
Did he go knock?
No, that was Jimmy.
Jimmy Durant.
That was Jimmy Durant.
Durant.
I'm sure, mate.
Any rate,
yes.
He was out in the last game, in Game 5. He actually done, I think it was his Achilles or something there. Something went amiss. But at any rate, he came back a little bit too early, wanted to play, and it's a serious injury though. But during the game, Klay Thompson, he's the other champion for them. He was subbed out.
That's Muhammad Ali, isn't it?
What?
No, it's Cassius Clay.
He said Clay. Yeah, that's where you threw me when you said Clay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about not the Clay. No, we won't go there.
No.
Anyway, he was subbed out in the third quarter with a knee injury, and so with about 0.9 of a second to go, Curry's had a shot. and he didn't get it, mate. So it was all over. But what a great effort. 114, 110 without a couple of their stars.
Oh.
But Golden State have been up there forever. And our bogey, he didn't really get any game time at all. But
It was a bogey?
exactly.
Not a boogie.
Oh, not a bogey.
No,
Sorry, bogey. Sorry.
But,
Sorry.
anyway, so going into well done. No, all jokes aside, well done to the Raptors. The winners, they were led by guard Kyle Lowry. He got 26 points. Fred Van Vliet,
Good on you, Freddie.
22 points.
Not enough Freds in the world these days.
Exactly. And Kahi Leonard, 22 points. Sealed the game with 4 free throws. That is the end of basketball, mate, because the Raptors, Toronto Raptors, are the new NBA champions.
There you
mate.
go. There you go. So that's it. Listen, I've just got a quick update here from Facebook. Peter Wood from, he used to be Albury. I don't know if he's still there, but my uncle was a ripper roasting his own team. Go to the meatworks and get some guts. Get in and get that.
Hey, that's why they call him get a cleaver.
Eh?
Get a cleaver.
Get a cleaver.
Meat cleaver.
Oh, there's a bit of a froth happening.
There is.
So yeah, all the basketball's done,
So
mate.
basketball's done and dusted, mate.
Well,
That's it.
let me jump to this story because this sort of goes
With that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, let's keep moving with that.
Do you guys watch any ice hockey?
Oh, yes.
You do?
Well, they won. That's all over too.
The Stanley Cup is all over. Stanley
Yeah.
Cup and the St. Louis
St. Louis
Blues
The Blues.
have snapped a 53-year drought.
Well,
All right.
actually, Corey's in the house. The Blues might snap.
Funny, isn't it? You have a drought on
It,
ice.
the way it's going,
idea,
it won't. Hopefully, mate, it won't be 53 years, but
So yeah, it's the first time they've won a championship since 1967 when they entered the league. So
67.
yeah, but listen to
He's
this.
as old as me.
A Blues fan, I'll say his name because he lives in America, Scott Berry, he placed a wager on St. Louis
Yeah, related to
during
Chuck,
a business trip to Las Vegas.
Chuck Berry.
250 to 1. He put $400 on it and
much?
won $100,000 on a
We do-
$400 bet.
We're doing the wrong thing with the frothies. I meant with me horse bets,
Yeah, I think-
mate. I think we better jump into
Yeah,
that.
so there you
Quickie better pick up his
Yeah,
game.
Mr. Quickie's in trouble.
he ain't Quickie.
So there you go. So that's a bit of
He's
ice
slowy at the
hockey.
moment.
So well done to those guys. Now, Glennie, a bit of rugby league news, mate. Before
Yeah.
we get into cricket, anyone heard the news about the rugby league and what's happening with the grand final? And they're in a lot of trouble at the moment.
No, I didn't. But I did watch a bit of rugby the other night. But anyway, it's got nothing to do with it. I watched the Eels. Sorry, not the Eels. I watched the... I watched the Raiders actually upset my team, the Sharkies, mate.
Yeah, well, you flogged Parrot last
points.
week.
Just 2 points. Anyway, sorry.
The 2021 grand final looks like it's going to have to be played at the SCG, right? At the cricket football ground.
Because they don't... Yeah.
Well, they're renovating the ANZ Stadium and they're going to try and make it into a bigger ground, right?
The soccer players won't play there. The surface is not good enough.
No.
But this is rugby now.
This is rugby. So, what's happened is the government and the NRL are at loggerheads because the government has spent a lot of money on the NRL to make sure that they're contracted to have every rugby league grand final in ANZ Stadium, right?
Right.
Now, because ANZ Stadium's not going to be available in 2020 or 2021, the NRL has done a bit of a sneaky and they've gone to Queensland and said, how about we have the grand
Park.
final? Yeah.
Lang. Very
Mm.
sneaky up there. The pretty smart, the old
So
Queensland.
the New South Wales government have gone, no.
not gonna happen.
I think they put $2.1 billion, I think it is.
Okay.
That's a lot of money.
$2.1
I know this.
billion they've
Well,
put
this is
in.
breaking news.
Well, I don't know if it's breaking, but But anyway.
Old news, then.
So, yeah, there you go. So the government and the NRL are at each other's...
Proverbials.
Well,
yeah.
well, actually, while we're talking about rugby too, this is the sort of thing that's going on. Your mate, you like saying it, Callum. What's his last name? Ponga. Exactly. He, because he's a gun, mate, this young fella, he's absolute gun. But, oh, sorry, you've got that there. You've, no, sorry, I was just,
No, you
because it's
go.
all related. No, it's all
No, go.
related.
I know.
Listen, I mean...
They put a call out. They want
the
him.
unions,
Rugby
union, mate. You know why, don't you? Because our mate, who's parted, Flower, Israel, he's gone. So who's the next best thing?
Ponga.
Exactly. So now they're trying to Mike Chica. Is that how you pronounce it?
Checker.
Checker. Chubby.
Checker this out.
Chubby. Checker. Any rate, he's tried to make some phone calls, mate, and get him over there to Union.
Here's the funny
Well, I
thing.
hope Callan won't go there.
Here's the funny thing, though.
He won't go there.
Ponga is contracted to the rugby league team till 2021.
Yep.
But you know what? Contracts mean nothing anymore.
Well, it doesn't in football.
He'll be
Doesn't mean
able
anything.
to walk if he wants. So
Okay.
there you go.
But
So
he'd be silly. The boy would be silly. But he's absolutely dominating rugby league at the moment. And he's got plenty of time. He can play rugby union. If he's that good that he can play later down the track, mate. He's
there
only
you
a
go.
kid.
He's that good. He's that good.
He is that good.
We're going to talk about AFL or cricket, guys.
What would
AFL
you-
or cricket?
What do we? We'll just go into cricket.
Anyone? Cricket. Do it.
Okay, cricket. Okay, all right. Australia defeated with the ODI at the moment. The 50 over. I've been watching.
4 games now, Glenn, have
You've
been washed
watching.
out. 4
I know.
games. So they
And-
get 1 point if they get washed out.
And apparently it's going to get worse because they reckon it's the season at the moment in England.
Come to England, they said.
Yeah. No, it's all rained out, mate. Don't go there. Oh, well, ask Victoria. It's 2 degrees over there. It's the summer. Anyway, Australia defeated Pakistan.
Going to get us in trouble. Yes.
And they were all out for 307, the Aussies. They did well. I watched the game. They,
Warner.
at one stage, were about 1 for 146 or 150.
Yeah, Finch and Warner went off,
And
didn't they?
after that, it was a little bit of a procession. We ended up losing, probably 6 or 7 wickets for about 60-odd runs. So we, if it wasn't for Finch, who got
Holiday.
he got 82, and also our mate Warner,
103? Was it?
107.
107?
But he could have been out. He could have been out early. Got dropped. I think it was him or Marsh because he was left hand. I was watching it, and it was that quick. He hit it down to square fine leg, I'd call it. At any rate, and it was a bit of a cut shot, and the guy dropped him.
Okay.
But he'd already hit. I think he was on 103 then. So he went on. He sort of gave his wicket up at the end. But the other boys, the big show, he got bowled for 20. And the rest of the guys, they didn't offer too much at all. Kawaja, ran about the 18, 19 mark, and that was it. But anyway, Finch and Warner dominated.
I think it's time to send Wade over, to be honest with you. That's just me.
The other top scorer was Marsh. He had 23. And he's been tried. So, as I said, the rest fell fairly cheaply. Amir was the pick of the bowlers for Pakistan. He got 5 for 30 off his 10.
Just a mere 5,
Yeah,
eh?
he was a mere 5. Afridi, and it's not the Afridi not the older Afridi.
No,
this is a new
he was a ripper.
Afridi. He got 2 for 70.
He was a ripper.
Off 10. Top scorer for Pakistan was opening batter, and it's another one, Al Haq. Don't ask me his first name. I don't know. Al Haq.
Al-Haq.
Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly. 53 runs he got, and Hafiz,
Hey, listen, just...
he got 46.
Yep.
And Ahmed got 40. Raz 45.
Just while we're talking about this, and I just mentioned that the World Cup, there's 4 games now that have been washed out due to rain. And each team gets 1 point each. I mean, I know they're at a tight schedule because this goes all the way through to, I think, the 6th of July or something. But should they not replay these games? I mean, imagine not, I've missed getting into the World Cup final because it rained.
Well, they're not into old Duckworth Lewis. That doesn't come on, does it?
Well, obviously not. Cause they probably do. Corey, do you know?
No, I don't.
Do they have the Duckworth Lewis? And anyone out there who's watching the show,
Yeah,
can you let us know, make a comment?
I mean, because they're just getting washed out at the moment, aren't they?
Matt Kahn. G'day, Matt.
Matt.
The football watching Ella play Claremont at Abbotsfield Park. It's cold.
You're not. You'd be right. Well, see, the Victorians
school
are
there.
right. It'd be freezing out there.
So he's got a score. 2-2-14 to Claremont 1-2-9. Sandy Bay up there. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah,
Why-
thanks, Matt.
Ask Matt how to count.
How do you count, Matt?
How to count.
How
One
do you-
goal, 2 makes how much?
1 goal 2 equals 9.
Yeah.
So that's 7. It's 8. It's 8, Matt. 1 goal 2.
Anyway,
But it might be a different game. G'day, fellas. How are you, mate? Yeah. So do you think that's fair that they don't get to play their game and they just get a point allocated, or
well, I don't know where they go with it because
they could be there all year?
it could be there all year. Exactly.
Yeah,
and
I
I
suppose
suppose
they
the
have to.
schedule, but that's what it's going to be. But Anyway, going back on it, Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, he was our best bowler. He got 3 for 33 from his 10.
Well, you rate him.
Pat Cummins is one of the best bowlers in the world.
There you go.
By far.
Heard it here first. In the
Mitchell Stark, he got 2 for 43 off his 9, and the rest of them, like Richardson come in, Kane Richardson, he got, I think, none for 68 or something. But really, Australia did really well in this game because they really
did. I thought they were going.
They should have really got around about 340 to 350. And as I said, watching the game, I couldn't stay up all night, but I thought, even Warren was saying, Pakistan could run this down. Their first 2 or 3 batsmen, huck. I did not spit on you there.
Are you all right?
He was their best. As I said, he got 53 and got them off to a start. But those guys get going. The grounds are fairly small, and they're quick.
Yes.
Quick outfields.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
what do you have there?
Mate, I just
Virat.
I think everyone saw this. You saw Virat Kohli, arch enemies. What do they say?
Well, he's not now. He's a mate.
I know. Nemesis, I was going to say.
Well,
Nemesis.
no, I think he's going to...
Well, yeah, Steve Smith and Warner
might
were
come
getting
into the Australian side.
booed when they played India, and Kohli went down to the crowd and said, "Whoa, stop," and got their attention and said, "Hey, how about giving him a clap rather than booing?"
We'll get the attention.
They gave him the clap.
We'll get the attention from all the Indian crowd. We'll get the attention from the Indians because I think he's going to nationalise. He's coming down to Australia.
Who is? No way.
Virat.
You reckon he's going to come and drive
Well,
Ubers?
he wants to come down here now. He's given us a bit of a rap.
There you go.
Like Dave Warner and that. So
Come and play for Tasmania. Kohli in Tasmania. How good would
that'd
that
be
be?
good.
How good would that be? So there you go. There's a bit of a cricket update. And if you're out there and you're watching and you know, do they use the Duckworth-Lewis system in the World Cup? So just let us know.
They might call it something else.
Yeah, I'm not even going to think about that. Now listen, AFL.
Yep.
Up the Blues.
Well,
Blues
let's
have
start
been
with
mentioned.
that.
With
the Blues have lost their coach. They've sacked Brendan Bolton.
They did.
And they've had now, how many wins? Is it 2?
2.
They've had 2 wins in a row, which I alluded to in Out With It.
Well, will it be 3?
Well, who do you play this weekend?
Dogs on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, there's another
Well,
one.
this is okay. Well, we can talk about this now. We don't. Okay, the Dogs. How do you reckon they'll go, Corey?
Touch and go this week, I reckon.
Touch and go. Murphy come back in.
Yeah.
So Murphy
been
in.
rested after a big day last week.
So was he rested, or they didn't
No,
drop
he
him?
was rested.
He was rested. Okay. Fair enough.
How big was Cripps last week, mate? Gun.
Brownlow medalist.
I think
you're
he's on
pushing a
Hawthorn's-
wheelbarrow at the moment, but yeah.
Yeah, they're all going to get one.
I think he's on Hawthorn's radar. I think.
Oh, here we go. And
we go.
don't be surprised if Hawthorn get him, because they do. They take all the good players at Hawthorn.
No, the thing is, Clarkson's going to Carlton, so I don't know what's happening.
No, I've got your coaches all lined up here. I've got them written down. I'm going to go through that in a minute.
Before you do,
all jokes aside, the Blues are going. No, the Blues are going well, and good on them.
it'd be a gun game, the Blues against the Kangaroos, mate. It'd be an absolute
I
cracker.
I did mention it.
They're both firing.
What you said without out with it is why have they done well? Now, what all it is the game plan. It's just he just simplifies it. You know what he says? Just go out and play football, fellas. And this is what they get paid to do: play football. Footballers don't think that much, mate. We just go out and see ball, get ball. You don't have to think. So that's all you got to do, mate. Go out and get the ball.
This is what I say. Don't take Glenn to a football game, because you won't see the first quarter out, because that's what you'd say to an umpire, wouldn't it?
You'd be up the stands going,
He'd be
you
gone.
don't think you do.
Gone.
So
Now listen, there's a gambling epidemic in football. Have you heard this?
apparently,
They reckon there's over 100 players at the moment battling a gambling addiction
Wow.
in AFL football, and 2 of the stars had lost more than $1 million each.
well, we lost $20 on the Frothies
Look where
last week.
Favola ended up.
Nice.
That's-
Well,
Yeah,
exactly right.
that's
Exactly
right.
right. Favola was set up. I'm sorry. Actually, Out With It. Favola was set up.
Out with it.
Channel 9 made the decision
They
to...
used him, didn't they?
They made the decision to air him on TV being
That's
blind,
right.
drunk, and being a fool, right?
That's where Juddy should have pulled him aside.
Well,
he should have done.
that's when the channel should have gone, no, we're not playing this, because they ruined his career. But anyway, that's another...
Yeah, that's another
He
thing.
was a superstar. Superstar.
Absolutely.
We got him on the wall.
He'll be back next year.
Yeah, we do actually.
Yeah, Fev's there.
Fev will be back next year.
We might even try and get him on the froth. Sorry, actually, that'd be good. We'll get Fev on the froth.
So what have you got there on Cripsy on fire?
Cripps was on fire, mate, for Carlton. Look, a couple of questions I wanted to ask you. The biggest disappointment, I think, for AFL this year is Melbourne.
Yep.
Yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
Melbourne-
I had them in my top. I seriously had them in my top 4. You know, when we do our tipping before the season, I had them in my top 4 just on paper and the way they were going. They'd lost Jesse Hagan, but they picked up May and
Well, they made the
they got Colin Jasny from Gold Coast.
Yeah. Yep.
Cole.
And
He's a good player.
They
good
just
kid.
haven't fired it. Is this another coach that's going?
And
I
he
reckon?
hasn't played. Oh?
Well, Melbourne. Well, Simon
Well-
Gordon, does he keep his spot or what? Because they're not
Well,
firing. So.
I don't know. I mean, the right at the moment, they've gone through going through the coaches at the moment. Bolton's gone. Scotty he's gone. And I thought the next one under pressure was Richardson from St Kilda. That's where the pressure is
Yeah,
at the
'cause
moment.
they started
Because they
off
haven't
well.
won the last
No,
6.
no.
I think they've dropped the last 6 games.
No.
And I'll tell you what, time will come for him as well. So, yeah, but anyway. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Well, last week when Geelong played Richmond, and
Yeah.
Richmond was, I picked Richmond for the flag earlier on in the year.
Yeah,
and
they're
I know
decimated.
that
They are
they've
decimated.
got injuries, but to
they
go
did
down
last
116 to 37 to Geelong, that's a massive.
It's a big thing,
Massive
yeah.
whooping.
There's only good.
Massive.
There's only. I hate to say it. I am looking down the barrel when I say this, but there's only good sides that can do that. Have 4 to 5 to 6 players out and still win a premiership, and they're not even on your thing. I can't see Hawthorn there.
No,
they're not there, mate. No, they're not there. But,
North Melbourne too good.
see
Carl for Gold Coast last week. Sorry, mate. Maybe a bit of jet lag coming back from Asia, mate. Maybe
could have been, yeah. Well, the food wasn't that
another
good over
mistake from the AFL.
They should have taken small baked beans because half the St Kilda side was half the St Kilda. But that wasn't.
I've
that
got a
good, mate.
really interesting question to ask you, right? Did anyone see Eddie Betts' goal last night?
Oh, did I see it?
Right.
He is a
I
freak.
think it's Trey.
He is.
Well,
He is a freak.
What
mate.
do you think? Sydney Stack comes up, high fives him. They have a bit of a
Well,
hug, kiss, a bit of a tonguey. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing?
No.
Because just hear me out. I'll ask you the question.
It upsets the other team, so they didn't score.
You're right. Well, you go back and you look at football and you think, it used to be
It's-
hard and they were just out there to kill each other, right?
But
And now, is it a good thing because it's friend against friend? What do you think? Is it a good thing or a bad
I'll
thing?
tell you what it is. Jeff. Back in yesteryear, we didn't have cameras,
Mm.
so you could absolutely knock someone's block off.
Mm.
And there was 1 or 2 umpires. You could get away with anything. You get away with murder, basically, on the football field. But now, everything. There's cameras and that, apart from still getting things wrong. They can't do anything.
You can't sandpaper a ball.
But what I saw exactly. I saw Stack interviewed, and they mentioned it. Why did this happen? And the thing was that he said to Eddie Betts, he said, "You will not kick a goal on me." And he said, and I doubt you're going to kick one from a pocket.
Sydney.
And at any rate, well, he did in the end, but he did a good job. Sydney Stack played. I thought Richmond were pretty damn good, actually, considering they had what they had out. But Eddie Betts is absolute all-time freak. I know Corey's still pulling nails
Well, he
out of
would be.
He's still pulling his teeth out when they
Losing
got
him.
rid of him, but he's been an absolute star, mate.
Yes.
Absolute brilliant. No, when they said to
So
Eddie
did-
Betts, they interviewed him, they said, these pockets that he keeps going to, how do you do it? He says, I don't know. It's just this is sixth sense, mate.
Did he answer the question?
Brilliant player. What was the question?
So do you think it's all right? Is it all right for the opposing team to go up and high five them and say congratulations, or is it wrong? Gary Lyon's livid. Absolutely.
Well,
livid. He thinks it's horrible.
But
Horrible.
But then again, they want us to be politically correct, and they want us to be nice,
Yep.
and that's nice, isn't it?
You know, Vivian said
That's
on the
too
young
nice.
ones.
That's too nice.
Do you
Well-
remember the young ones with Vivian? He used to go, everyone's so bloody nice!
Exactly right. Exactly right.
All the time.
I think everyone in Adelaide, who did they play? Sorry, who was it? Richmond.
Adelaide and Richmond.
Everyone in Richmond should have got up and shook Eddie Betts' hand after that, just because that's the
I
society we
reckon
live in.
everyone should
Oh, look,
have-
I think everyone's impressed with what he does. I mean, he's a freak.
They should all hug, and everyone in the crowd should hug, and
get
they
it-
all sing Kumbaya,
And they all
eat
get a medal.
marshmallows.
They all get a medal for participating in each
Well,
game.
look, at the end of the day, with the amount of flack that he has
I'll be
copped,
next door.
the amount of flack that he has copped, Eddie Betts, with racial. Now, when we've been serious, he has been racially abused many time over there, and that was coming from a brother, as they say. So I don't mind that. It was at the end of the game. The game was over. If it was if the game was in the balance and there was about 5 points or something like that, I don't reckon Sydney stacking him would have been laughing at one another then. But the game was over. It was about 2 seconds to go, wasn't it, before the final siren? So fair enough.
Matt Kahn reckons that Richmond was woeful, and
Matt, you're right. That's all we can say. But
thank you, Renee, for your birthday wishes. Thank you very much. Sorry, I haven't
You're an
looked at
old
this.
flog now.
Well, I was before I had my birthday.
Renee,
what do you boys think about the Eddie Betson? Well, there you go. Someone's just put it up. What do you guys think about the Eddie Betson Sydney Stack handshake? You reckon it's all right? Me personally, I'm just going to go down this track. I'm a supporter of North Melbourne, as everyone would know, and when I watch a game, I get really upset. I get really, heart attack sort of
You're not the
time,
only
right?
one, mate.
Right.
no, but we're all passionate.
Oh well, yeah. But I've changed.
I'm on me sixth senior.
I have changed my tune because what happens now is that the players don't care if they lose a game. I care if they lose a game. The players don't care. So I've actually backed off now and think, well,
they're getting paid.
If they don't care, well, then I don't care.
They just roll up the train and, mate, they just do it all again.
Hello, Ellie. Now listen.
Yeah, but at any rate, so,
Have you got any more on?
On footy?
Yeah.
We've got plenty, mate. This is the coaching merry-go-round.
Here we go.
Football. Okay. Who's going to coach North Melbourne? No, I haven't finished.
Oh.
Glenn Archer and a panel consisting of Benny Buckley, used to be ex-North Melbourne, Cameron Joyce, Carl Delina and Paul Dwyer.
Yep.
They have the task of, trying to get a coach that John Longmire is firmly, it doesn't matter what's been said, he's firmly in their sights.
Yeah, I know.
And at the moment, the Sydney Swans have come out and they've said, definitely not. It's not going to happen.
Away. Yep.
Stay away. But if I was the Sydney Swans, watched on another couple of footy shows there, they want to be hurrying up and sign him right now. Because apparently they've got plenty in the kitty, North Melbourne. And right or wrong, mate, they're going to throw the kitchen sink at him.
And what if Reece Shaw continues to win?
Got the kitchen sink thrown at you, would you? Yeah,
Well, you probably die.
Well, exactly. But anyway, so you'd want to watch that. But
What happens if Reece Shaw continues to win?
well, that was the question.
David Teague,
That
what
was
if
the
he
question.
continues to
So, or
Nah, Clarkson's got a
Reece
spot, mate.
Shaw full time.
He's got Clarkson signed already, mate, at Carlton.
$2 million a season.
There you go.
Mate, he actually Bolton. He just lives next door to him, and he said no. He said no, I can't do that. Can't go to Carlton. What would you go to Carlton for?
Who?
Mick Moldhouse lasted 5 seconds.
Mick Moldhouse wrecked the club.
Okay. That's fair.
Anyway, what else you got? Go on, you done or you all right?
I tell you who did wreck the club, and he's no longer around anymore. Who did you mention the other day? No, the old politician. What's his name?
Jack Elliott.
Jack. He was the one that wrecked the club, mate. He wrecked it. Of course he did.
He was one with the
He was a
soldier.
little bit underhanded, and if he did the right thing by Carlton,
Was
they'd
he
still
busy?
be a
He was
powerhouse.
busy?
He was the one that wrecked
Well,
Carlton.
that's Pratt. That's Pratt.
Him and Pratt took over,
that's him.
and they were a
Thanks,
powerhouse.
us.
Yeah.
But at any rate, look. So I've got here. Well, that was it. That Reece Shaw. That was the argument.
Yep.
I mentioned Brady Rawlings. He's up for grabs.
Oh, yeah,
From he's over at Fremantle. Apparently he's doing a good job. He's done his apprenticeship, hasn't he?
Yep.
You interviewed Brady
I
Rawlings.
did interview
going back
Brady
years
Rawlings.
ago.
Yeah.
So there's I don't know, but Reece Shaw. Look, there's plenty of games to go. Unfortunately for you guys, Higgins.
Yeah.
He's,
AC
AC joint.
Yeah. Yep.
Aaron Hall.
Yeah. He's done his knee.
Yes, he has the Tasmanian boy in the reserve, so he could have come in, couldn't he, Corey?
Well,
for
he
him,
would have.
but
He would have
come in.
He
for
would have
him,
taken Higgins' spot.
Higgins' spot. But,
Underestimated.
so anyway, remember I mentioned about Alan Richardson struggling in that, and they haven't won their last 6. So he's under the microscope. So you got Brett Ratton as his assistant. So there's pressure there. Carlton, we're talking now. Now we can talk about it, Corey. Carlton. What do? They go after your ex-coach, Brad Scott?
No.
Or this is what you've got realistically, and I am saying realistically. So Teague, if he does a good job for the rest of the year,
Yes.
they'd have to think about it.
Yes.
Okay, because he could be the next Clarkson. Other candidates would be Michael Voss, Blake Carosella, who's down at actually he's at Richmond now. He was at Geelong.
Yep.
Brady Rawlings, but he probably hasn't done what Teague's done. Gary Hockey, he's at where's he at? Collingwood. He's at Collingwood. Actually, the one I didn't mention was St Kilda champ. Robert Harvey.
Tony Lockett.
No, Robert Harvey. Robert Harvey. Brett Ratton. I don't think he'll go back to his old club. And here's one. David Noble. Throw him into. He played at North Hobart when I was there, only a bit younger than me. But when he was there, I mean, he's Brisbane's right hand man at Fagan.
Oh.
So there's a couple of guys. And there'd be a few others there. There was the ex.
There's plenty of coaches going around.
There's plenty of coaches, but it's going to be
spots,
interesting, mate.
for sure.
And whatever they do, North Melbourne, they better be.
They've got to get on it.
Right
Hurry up,
positions
North.
there,
Get on
right?
it.
Yeah.
You're taking Longmire. Get on it and get it done. Glennie,
So-
something amazing happened during the week. Ash Barty.
Oh, I knew you were going to bring this up, mate. Let's go party. Let's go Barty.
Right. Ash Barty,
Love that.
first Australian in 46
Well, pocket
years
rocket.
to win the French Open. Do we call it
First
grand final?
first Indigenous lady since Yvonne Goolagong.
Crawley.
Did you like that?
I did. 6163.
45 years, is it?
46 years.
46 years.
46. Did you see when she actually won? She
No,
put
she
her hand up in the air,
but she
and
just-
if you read her lips, it was like, me.
Number
She was pretty
number
sharp.
2 in the world.
Yes.
Hang on, I'm just having
Yes.
a game. I'm going to
Yes.
Number
yes.
2 in the world, and had a week off. Sorry, but yeah, she had a week.
Oh.
But she could have played to get number 1.
Yes.
But
Yep.
no, she just take it in a stride.
Champion.
mate.
Well done,
Champion.
Ash.
Well done, Ash.
From the
Barty.
Froth.
I tell you what, that's what we should be doing is congratulating more instead of knocking, because we haven't had much success in tennis of late in Australia. have we?
Yeah, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Okay.
Nadal is
Oh, he did. He killed it.
12th
Title.
French Open.
That's
It's his 12th title,
so
right?
the only one.
His 18th Grand Slam. So,
There's only one in front of him.
Federer, isn't it?
Is it?
I think.
There's a Federer. Not on clay.
Yes, Nadal is now just 2 titles
Oh,
behind
two
Roger
titles.
Federer for the all-time record of 20 majors.
Well done. Well done. Okay, well, there you go.
He's 3 ahead of Novak Djokovic, who was knocked out by Thiem, who he played in the final. So well done. UFC fighting, mate. Remember we talked about this Australian champion?
Yeah, Alex.
He won the belt a couple of weeks ago, or probably about a month ago, and he ended up in hospital with an infection in his leg, and he was just about to lose his leg in Chile. All right, he was in a hospital, just about lost his leg. He's now come.
Well, if it was chilly, and it'd be probably
Well,
right.
Chile
because
would
it's on
burn
ice.
it off.
Put it on ice, mate.
But he's come back and he's ready. He's on standby to fight either Max Holloway or Frankie Edgar in UFC 240, which is coming
That's
up
in the
very soon.
featherweight.
So, yeah. So he's
Very brutal, isn't it?
oh, it's very brutal. Brutal.
I know Conor McGregor. I still look at it. Conor McGregor. He's and our old mate Naka. What's his name? You know,
Knackers.
Khabib.
Khabib. The Khabib.
The kebab.
There could be a
The
fight.
kebab.
There's one of the guys there. Shout out to him at the moment. And it's all happening.
The US Open golf is on at the moment, Pebble
Yes.
Beach, and Mark Leishman so help me out here.
Mark Leishman.
Thank you. 669, his first round, and he's sitting 3 shots behind Ricky Fowler. Ricky Fowler,
Bloody champion, Ricky Fowler, American.
six birdies and a bogey, and he hit 66,
Yeah,
5 under
he's a
par
star.
for his first round. So Ricky Fowler's running. I can give you a quick rundown if you want to know about the Australians.
And Jason Dager.
Jason Day is 1 under.
Okay.
Cameron Smith is even par at 71.
Geez, once you give up rugby, it's fairly easy, isn't it?
It's not the same one.
Of course it's
It's not the same one.
No.
Not the same one.
Other Cameron Smith.
Mate,
course,
you guys
we
watch
knew that.
WWE wrestling? You never watched it? WWF or WWE? There was a guy called Marty Jannetty from the Rockers who used to wrestle with Shawn Michaels, who's a legend of wrestling. he's come out and he's in trouble, mate. He's onto the drugs, and he's
I think a lot of them are on that.
addicted to sex, and he's crying out for help through Facebook. And I don't know why you do that. But anyway, 50.
Quickie too?
Yeah, Mr. Quickie probably.
Yeah,
But he's gone on Facebook and
actually got some good horses there that could fix him.
he's complaining about having a bad heart. His heart's not working properly, but yet he's.
I think
he's
perhaps his head's not working.
But he won't give
properly,
up.
Jeff.
He won't give up the drugs. So.
No, it's his head, probably, mate.
Yeah. But anyway, where do we go? Listen. Can we just have a 30-second break? I just got to do something for 30 seconds. We've got a little ad there. Can you chuck on, please?
What are you going to do for 30 seconds?
Yeah, just chuck on. Mr. Quickie. Here's a break. Can you put on Corey's
Yeah,
landscaping
here we
little
go.
ad for us? Here's just a halftime intermission. Thank you.
Yeah, you going on.
G'day guys, it's Jeff here from the Friday Frothy. I'm here with Corey from Corey's Garden and Landscaping, our major sponsor for the Friday Frothy. And
We're back on.
there you go. So Glenn,
Oops, and it went again.
Cleves tips.
Hey, already.
It is. It's Cleves tips time. Sorry
Well,
guys,
we
I need
haven't
to be
got-
here
Hang
in
on, hang on, boo-boo.
Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, this is so unprofessional tonight, isn't
You've
it?
got to have the intro. It doesn't work. Here we go.
Anyway,
Are we on?
it was
We're on.
it was fair to say we had a few tips last week, and we didn't go that well. Probably lost about 20. That was all right. We probably we had a few frothies. Anyway, we lost a few. We'd had a lot of bets in that, and
Who we got tonight, mate?
but at any rate, that's the way it goes in the world of punting. But anyway,
Oh,
we're
before
just
you start, just wanted to put it out there that Essendon plays Hawthorn tonight. So
Yes,
there's a
so-
massive game in the
so-
Cleaver family.
so get your multi there on that one.
Tipping Woody.
Come the
Yeah.
Bombers!
Hey, tippy tippy.
Right,
Tip and run.
what do you got?
Anyway, I know about Tip and Woody.
What do you got? What do you
All
got?
right, here we go. So we've got meets tomorrow at Ipswich,
Yes.
up your way, mate.
Bit of-
Rosehill,
bit of horse meat.
Sandown, and Morfettville, Muppettville, as I call it.
Phil, yeah.
Straight into it at Sandown. This is what Cleve's tips are. Race 2. Let's get it serious. Horse 2, Silent, Roar. That's it. 380 on the tote. Rider Dwayne Dunn.
Get on it.
Race 3, Horse 1. We just thought because he's not doing that well, but he's Jungle Edge. We're going to give him a go.
Oh, yeah, let's get on a
390.
horse that's not doing that well.
No, but he's 390 fixed. That's not bad. Race 5, Horse 7, Thundercloud, $5. He's got Craig Williams on his back. He'll do well.
Good on you, Craig.
Race 7, Horse 12, Street Chic. $4.60 is a fixed. Has got Damien Oliver on his
Oh,
back.
that's good. I got nothing on Street Sheet.
Rose Hill, we're going to bounce straight over Rose Hill in Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
Race 4, Horse 9, Handspun.
Mr. Quickie.
No, and this is good because this horse at the moment is $4.50 on the tote.
Yes.
But he's $11.
Tip of the week, guys. Get on that.
$11
Spun.
$11 fixed at the moment, and he's got Mr. King on his back. Race 5, Horse 7, So You Win. So we win.
Well, that's what they try and
So
tell us.
$5. He's got Mr. Collette on his back, and good jockey Collette.
Yep.
Race 9, Horse 13, Nico.
She sung a song, didn't she?
Nico
Colette.
I did swear.
Colette.
Did I say that?
Yeah, she was on Neighbours. Colette. She sung
Colette.
a song.
Yeah.
Ring my bell.
But this.
Yeah, ring my bell.
So we got. Exactly, but this horse.
Sorry,
so we
man.
got Colette, but now we got the horse is called Nickerchet, $7.50
What's it
fixed. Nickerchet,
I beg your pardon?
Nickerchet. $7.50 is fixed. Tommy Berry's on his back. Straight over to Morfettville. We only have one bet there. I don't know how we're gonna go.
Good.
Race 5, Horse 1, Ice Ghost, $4.20 fixed. Do well this horse, top weight. Race 3, straight over to Ipswich, mate. Your old territory
No, it's
from
not, but anyway,
yesteryear.
I like the way you
Race
think.
3, Horse 8, Smarty Pie. He's at $3 fixed. And race, I just liked it because I like.
Gerardi just picks out the funny names or not?
Seriously, that is a great name, isn't it? Smarty Pie.
Smarty
Good
Pie.
form though. Race 4 and horse 6, Johnny White Sox, and he's paying $5 fixed. That is Cleve's tips, and good luck to punters.
Nice.
Check the, as I always say, gamble irresponsibly.
Yes.
And check
Irresponsibly.
check your go up to the TAB tomorrow.
Get on your phone account.
Mate, have a look at the tracks, see if it's what the track is, soft. It could be heavy.
Hey, listen,
And,
did you know
do the
this?
punts and all the best.
Corey Brown, your best mate,
No, he's good. Oh,
he's had back surgery.
well,
After a fall at the is it Derby or Derby? Derby? Derby.
Derby
At the
fall.
Derby in
he's,
Queensland.
he's good.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
broke
he
his
is.
back.
Corey Brown. Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. So
there
that's
you-
not good.
there
He's a
you
great
go.
jockey.
There's a bit of breaking news. Corey Brown
There
broke
you
his
go.
back. Well, didn't break it, but he's had to have operations. But anyway.
No, all the best to Corey Brown, and look, all the best to people punting out there, and yeah. So happy punting, and
Happy
hopefully we can get back up.
Now, Glenn, I've just been informed by what's
You're
what-
Jeff.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm
what's,
Glenn.
I'm just trying to think what's our hair and makeup lady
Oh,
Leah,
Leah.
that we've hit 95 subscribers. So we're
Oh.
now 15 away from 100. So
Okay.
guys, get on because
Right.
we want to get to 100. And next
Yeah.
week we've got we're going to do 2 shows, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And a big shout out to Renee, because I didn't pick
Yes.
that up on the screen before.
Yeah.
That's just Renee.
It's hard to see.
Leah's darling little sister up there. All the best to you and the family up there, Renee. If you got some subscribers up there at the bank, up there on the coast, get them to subscribe up there. Anyway, good on you, Renee. Well done. What
Guys,
else we got?
that's it. Thanks for
That's
joining
it.
us. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Go the Maroons.
Go the Maroons.
The Maroons. The Maroons.
Maroons.
And
When's that game?
oh, that'll be on Wednesday
game? When's
Wednesday
that on?
night.
Wednesday
Wednesday
night.
night.
It is
Wednesday
this
night
Wednesday.
In Perth.
in Perth.
In
Origin 2.
Boy, I missed that.
And I think it'll be Queensland again. One of the guys there,
I'm back on the Blues, mate. I'm telling you.
I can't think of his
Go
name.
Blues.
Go the Blues.
Anyway, what was I going to say? Anyway, all look forward to next week. So we've got a guest on. So we're back on with a good guest that should be entertaining.
Hall of Famer.
Hall
Played
of
for
Famer.
Melbourne. Played for Port
Played for
Adelaide.
Melbourne, played in South Australia when football was football,
Yes.
and look forward to talking to you, Tony, Terry Sullivan. I used to call you.
Let's
but well
find
done, mate.
let's find out what football is like now for
Yeah,
someone.
absolute star, this guy, mate. He was the best player
Yeah.
I played with. Hated playing against him because he absolutely took me to the cleaners. But
Well, that's what
yeah,
you, that's
don't
what
worry
you
about
deserve. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us tonight. I hope you have a great weekend. And if you're going to drive, make sure you take your car. And it's good night from me. And it's good night from him.
yeah, good night.
Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend.